How's your life?
Good.
How long you been sober? Let's talk about that. Let's just get into it.
September 19th, 2021.
Oh, good for you.
I quit hard drugs, and then afterwards, I did the California sober. So
Weed?
Yep, weed.
Right. That's what I'm doing.
Oh,
and
nice.
alcohol.
Nice. Yeah, I can't do alcohol. I have a little bit of alcohol, and then I'm like, let's boof some ketamine.
Yes. And have you actually boofed ketamine? That's what I'd like to know.
Yes.
So basically, we're having the conversation Theo and Donald Trump had.
Are we really?
You sound that's pretty much.
Oh yeah.
What you just said is pretty much what Theo said on that podcast.
Wow. I didn't watch. I'll have to watch it, but let me tell you, so I went to rehab, right? I went to John Vulcan Academy in Washington.
Okay.
And then I went to
the Vulcan.
Oh, it's terrible. The next Jody Hildebrandt.
Yeah.
It's like a boot camp. They tell you there's going to be a therapist. There's no therapist whatsoever.
Of course.
Like if Colin was a year sober, you would be my guide, so to speak. 2-year program. After 8 months, leave. I go to Florida. And the one thing about rehab I learned is it just teaches you how to get higher.
Okay.
Teaches you how to get higher?
Yep.
Like do better drugs? That's where you got the idea to put ketamine in your anus.
I had a buddy.
What made you go to rehab?
Oh, yeah, that too.
So there's this girl I used to do.
And did you actually boof ketamine?
I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to it.
Oh, my God.
Let's ask him
dude.
that at least 8 times.
Yeah.
25 times.
All right. So, yeah, take it from the top.
Okay, so...
Don't start where,
Let me get you to the very beginning. I was a Mormon missionary, Paris, France, 2 years served. Couldn't stop playing with my wiener on the mission.
Well, served.
Served.
Yeah. Well, served.
They say served. They do
That's
say
funny.
that. That's what they
Oh,
all
yeah,
say.
because you're military.
I'm going to serve a mission.
Yeah.
I went and did missionary work
You did
for
missionary service.
2 years. Yep, servicing.
Good job.
All right.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You honestly did more for the good of humanity than I did in the military.
I mean, for sure. But here's
How many converts?
7 that I baptized, and then some came later.
Okay, you made them come?
I think so. There's this one guy who's like in his 70s, obsessed with me, got excommunicated for being gay. And
I'm glad that they still do that.
But that's also how you got him in, isn't it?
yeah, because I
yeah.
I would go out to dinner with
yeah.
him, and I would tease him, but I was like, I'm not gay.
You'd tease him?
Yeah.
What do you mean you'd tease
I
him?
had that. You've seen my ass.
You got a turd cutter.
Yep.
You and I both have turd cutters on us.
We
You
do.
tease him with your ass, huh?
That's how you get people baptized.
Now, what do you do to tease him?
I just, you kind of just put it out
you
a
drop
little.
something,
Yeah.
and then you go, whoops. let me get
Accidentally
that.
bump them.
Yeah. Oops, I dropped the Book of Mormon over here. Let me pick this up. This is the Second Testament of Jesus Christ.
Page 231.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So after the mission, came home. I went to college, as you now know. Went to college for a semester.
Yeah.
Brigham Young University.
Bring
Idaho.
them young.
Where'd you grow up again?
Orem.
Orem.
Yeah, I grew up.
Wow. Orem. Okay. So you went to BYUI, and what happened?
I was doing good. I was getting good grades, and then women actually found me attractive. I spoke French. I was bodybuilding. So I found a system where you could actually not go to class and just make out with girls, because I was still a virgin at that time.
Mm-hmm.
You discovered this system of making out with girls and then not going to class.
Yes.
And you're like, by God, I figured out the perfect crime.
It was amazing.
Nice. So they kicked you out for like academic whatever, or did you get caught breaking the honor code?
Oh no, it was crazy because I one time there's this redheaded girl. She was a fun time. I showed up to class.
Kissed her on the lips. She's
Right on the lips.
She is a fun time. And I kissed her on the lips.
Yeah.
Bro, I go to class. I had 9 hickeys.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not talking about like little hickeys. It looked like a prisoner grabbed me by the throat.
Like, whoa, did you meet a redhead? What happened, dude?
What did that 70-year-old man do to you?
72.
72. My
Teasing
God.
them old
Yeah.
gay dudes.
Yeah. Look at what they did to you. My
Juicy
God.
ass.
that's who I am today because of it. And so literally she sucked on my neck. I had these huge welts. I go to class and everyone's looking at you like, hey dude, like, what is that? And I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I don't care. Leave me alone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's sort of admirable that was your reaction, actually.
Yeah.
I like that.
So
like, fuck off.
exactly. I like.
It's the right way to be.
Yeah.
I like
that, man.
I like what, and you guys are gonna
Getting kissed on the neck so much that she leaves a welt. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not in the Bible.
Nor the Book of Mormon.
It's not even in the Book of Mormon that's wrong.
I'm glad.
Now, how old was she? Tell us how old she is real quick.
I don't remember. I just remembered what her
Your
lips and her
age.
butt.
She
looked like.
she went to college with you.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
I'm not,
Yeah.
with.
Well.
You have the show.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I'm making out with all these girls.
Getting judged by your peers, making out, and then what?
I get mono.
Oh, you get mono.
Got mono. Worst mono the doctors have ever seen.
I'm sure they say that to everybody.
They probably do.
Yeah. They're like, this mono is so bad you have welts all over your neck. My God.
This is like a rare AIDS mono.
Yeah.
The first selection in 20 years. I've never seen this.
Mm-hmm.
But I got mono so bad that the doctors said, hey, let's put him on 212 oxys.
Sure.
212 milligrams?
Nope, 212 pills.
That you took once a day?
I took... yes.
That you took 212 times a day?
I'm doing the math here.
They were 10 milligrams, and I took 4 to 5 a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Seems like a lot to me.
And then what happened was 2 months later, I went from being a bodybuilder to looking like I got out of the Holocaust. I was skin and bones.
Sure.
And I was in excruciating pain.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the ER for the third.
Oh no, you're in excruciating pain.
Excruciating.
My God. Yeah, don't smile like that when you tell me you're in excruciating pain.
Should I smile bigger?
Yeah.
That's an excruciating pain.
Yeah, was the pain in your ass?
I wish.
Oh no, dude.
I wish because of the ketamine. It was
wait. The ketamine put you in pain, or the getting off of it?
That will come later, but because of the oxys.
I meant the oxys. That's what I meant. Yeah.
I had what I found out in the ER for the third time. They did a CAT scan. My spleen was bleeding. It's called an infarctured spleen.
Oh, yeah.
And I had pneumonia with mono.
Yeah.
And so they're like, he's going to die.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, is this the blessings of the church?
Yeah.
And
did you think that God was sending you a message about all the making out?
I think so. At the time.
You were like, oh my God, no more kissing on
the lips.
the lips.
Because that's probably, I'm sure someone suggested that to you, right? That's the kind of thing people say.
Really?
If you're making out with girls and then you get really sick, they'll be like, well.
Yeah.
They really do that in the church?
Oh, yeah. They'll say that maybe you wouldn't be sick if you were living right.
It's crazy, that mentality. It's like so.
It is crazy, yeah.
It's fixed, you know. So I'm getting morphine, not Adderall, Ativan, and Demerol pumped into my arms.
And you had never had anything like this before. Had you ever drank before?
Nope. Strongest thing was Tylenol.
Oh, jeez, yeah, yeah. That's exactly how I was at that age or whatever. That's crazy.
Really?
Man. And they're just pumping you full of the sweetest drugs you've ever.
Every 4 hours.
Yeah.
I thought
the nectar of the gods.
Dude, I thought I was in the
shit.
army.
Well, what's weird to me is that you know the church has such a like they're so strict about kissing on the lips where they're like, oh my God, you shouldn't be doing that. Yeah. But they're like, oh, oxy, that's fine. Yeah, the doctor told you got to take that.
You need some Adderall to wake up? We got you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and that's why, because like my story, I mean, my mom's Muslim. To this day, she's still Muslim.
Disgusting.
You hate it. You're like, ew. Dad died, but he was polygamist.
Okay. Mom was always a Muslim?
Yep.
And she was just cool with you being a Mormon growing up? Or were they split up?
So my mom taught us a man without religion is dead. So you can be Christian, you can be Hindu.
So she was just fine with you being religious?
Yeah, just have some sort of foundation.
Okay, all right.
Dad died when I was a kid, but he was polygamist.
He didn't have religion.
Yeah, he didn't.
Wait, he was polygamous Mormon or just polygamist?
Polygamist, but he used the LDS church as a cover up.
As a cover.
Yeah, he would.
He wasn't a devout. He wasn't. a genuine believer?
Well, he told my half brother. He said, "I've prayed, and the FLDS church is true."
Yeah.
And my half brother is like 7,
Wow.
and they went hiking. I mean, could you imagine that? Like, I'd be like,
So who got you into the mainstream LDS church or whatever? What do you call it? How did you get into
just
it?
Mormonism.
Yeah.
I went to Scouts and Young Men's because women were there. My motto growing up was, how can I see breasts?
Sure.
You know, my mom would invite big old breast women over, and
That's a good motto.
right, and I'd hide under my sister's bed when they were trying to change in my sister's room. I'm like 7 or 8 years old.
You were watching your sisters?
No, my mom's friends. They would go in my sister's room to change.
Oh, your mom's friends.
And
Yeah, and you'd peek on them.
I
Like
tried.
that movie. Where they had the hole in the shower.
I think
What's that? Porkies or meatballs or whatever.
I'm not
you.
sure. I
Yeah,
tried.
Star Wars. What is it?
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I tried though, and literally, I think they knew I was under the bed looking
Okay.
because they would leave, and I'm like, "Damn it, I missed the show."
Yeah.
They knew you were under the bed.
Yeah. It's
Probably.
like the most obvious thing ever.
My afro sticking out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I would go to church, but then when Jody Hildebrandt was my therapist, I really started questioning reality because I was 15, 16, and she was just crazy.
John looks like he's questioning your existence right now. What do you
I
got?
was just wondering who Jody Hildebrandt is. You said that like we should know who she is.
She's just got convicted, 30 years prison. She was with that Mormon mom that had the kids tied in her house.
That was her therapist or whatever?
That
was her?
She was the therapist. Her friend was the business partner, Ruby
Wait,
Fring.
she was your therapist.
At 15, 16, yeah.
Damn. And
We need a polygraph, dude.
You could do whatever. I have the books from Lifestar Network
Oh my god.
at my house. Dude, it was insane.
So what kind
Okay.
of stuff would she
Okay.
say to you? Or what advice did she give you?
So, like, before pretending I was Jewish, she would gaslight me. Like, you know, she'd put me in the gas chamber. She's like, "You look at porn? You're going to hell. Oh, my God." Like, crazy. And I'm just like, I like to touch my wiener once in a while. Like, this is how I cope with life. But I was in a room.
You're like, let me share with you my motto.
Right? I was in a room with 30, 40, 50, 70-year-old men who had real sexual problems.
Yeah. And you were just a teenager with normal drives and everything. You
Yep.
sound like a normal teenager.
Yeah, I think so.
And then things took a turn.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
they did. She's like, "You bodybuild to pick up women? Maybe you should stop working out." I'm like,
They said that to you?
that's what Jody told me.
Because it's too much temptation because your body's too good.
Because they're lusting after me.
I see.
You see?
Right.
Crazy.
Okay.
Damn, that sounds like pretty awful.
It was.
And you were forced to go there?
Yep. Jody said, "Since you're old enough, you can pay for your own therapy. Get a job, pay for it." So I was going to group therapy with the older men and then one-on-one with her.
Right.
I think
Okay.
she sucked out like $8,000 from me.
Wow.
Okay. Sure.
Do you want me to keep going on
Yeah.
drugs or?
Yeah. Get back to the okay.
So I'm in the hospital, losing my marbles. One point I thought I was in the army, in the hospital bed, getting pumped with all these drugs because I read all these military books. And I had a buddy, and he was like, "Dude, we should start drinking and smoking pot." He was a returned missionary. And I'm like,
We should
Dude.
smoke it like a cigarette.
dude,
Right.
do
marijuana.
Yeah, bro, the way you said that, it's just so Mormon, like going, like rebelling against the church.
"Oh yeah,
I'm just like, oh, you know what we should start doing? We should start drinking and smoking pot.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude? Okay, so he tells you should start drinking and smoking pot.
doing marijuana."
Yeah.
And so I start doing that, and then I realized, wait a minute, there's a whole world of drugs out there.
Uh-huh.
You just go on the internet, type in all these drugs. So I'd stay up till 3 a.m. researching about LSD, ecstasy, cocaine, DMT, ketamine, all of the drugs. And then it was like a progression. Like it was like going down a double black skiing. I started weed and alcohol. Then I lost my virginity. She was 50. I was 21. Good old young living.
Sweet.
You lost your virginity to a 50-year-old woman.
Yep, at 21.
And how was it?
Yeah. What,
do you regret it, or do you look back and cringe a little bit, but you laugh about it, or
do you jerk off to the thought of it?
I used to.
Yeah.
But now...
was she a hot 50-year-old?
It was just mistakes made. At the time...
What was she, your coke dealer? What?
No, she just worked on the Spanish team. I worked on the French team of Young Living. Mm-hmm. And she'd always walk by and she'd do this little, shake her ass. And I confronted her one day.
You started doing the same thing?
No, I
teasing her? You started teasing her a little bit with that supple ass?
Just like bent up. I dropped the Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
I went up to her and I said, hey, I noticed you're shaking your ass. What's going on? And she said, I want to be your friend. And I'm like, cool. And she's like, no, I want to be your special friend. So I literally write my boss. I'm like, hey, I'm not feeling well. I think I need to take the day off. Well, I'm messaging her on the group chat, like the Skype. And I'm like, hey, we're going to go to a Motel 8. I'm going to get some weed. You bring the alcohol. And literally, she couldn't fit my cock in her mouth, but we went for a few hours, and I went to bed in the bathtub with a Heineken. It was terrible.
Okay.
And you were just excited to have your first.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that you just threw in like a fun fact in the middle of it.
Yeah.
You couldn't have just told us the story. You had to go. She couldn't fit my cock in her mouth.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
Just so you know,
that's the most important part of the story, in my opinion.
Those were the good old days.
Integral to the plot.
Yeah.
The most important part. And but to answer your question, John, I felt like killing myself afterwards.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because
the shame.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was bad.
I get it.
And then I was bi-curious afterwards.
Still are.
Nope.
Yeah. You tell
no
it.
longer curious. Now you know.
I'm straight. You guys suck.
Now you know for sure.
Everyone thinks I'm gay. But everyone thought Seinfeld was gay. So that's how I cope.
Everyone thinks you're gay. Even you.
Yeah. People think I'm gay. I get that too.
Nice.
So you and me, dude, not gay.
Nice.
Good
See
asses. There's a couch with 3 good asses on it that aren't gay.
Sure.
Not even a little bit.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not even slightly.
Not slightly.
Okay, so you start getting bi-curious. You're doing drugs.
Doing drugs.
How curious did you get?
I jerked my buddy off.
You jerked him off.
Yeah, it was that. That stupid joke I say. I was bi-curious. I gave my buddy a hand job, set me straight.
Mm-hmm.
But I did make him come.
That's true though.
Yeah.
That makes it 100 times funnier. That's true.
And now, is he in the church? Is he a card-carrying member?
I think he is still, or he left. I don't remember.
He's still in?
I don't talk
You can
to
do
him.
that? Can you do that in the church? Can you get jerked off by your friend?
No. Well, I mean, you can, and then just keep it a secret. You can do that.
Well, now,
lie about it.
Now
you can't. If you tell them, then they'll take away your stuff for a while. You'll lose
your
your
magic
privileges.
powers.
You lose your magic powers.
You don't get to wear the magic underwear, and you got to just sit quietly and not participate in church for a while.
No.
You have to go.
You can't eat the crumbs.
Can't eat the bread. Can't drink the water.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I love the bread and water.
Oh my god, dude!
So that's what you did to that guy.
Wait. Okay, so they take away your special powers. They take away your tight little panties. Now, what I'm curious is, do you still have to pay money to the church?
You don't stop paying. You never stop paying.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Capitalism.
Unless you want the punishment to continue, you don't stop paying.
So you have to keep giving them money.
Oh, yeah.
But they take your panties away.
Yep. And you keep giving them money, and then after a while, they'll be like, all right, you can have them back now.
Oh, my God.
Congratulations.
Different color.
You can wear them again.
Bye.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
I couldn't ever afford to pay him in the first place.
So wait, tell us about this fella you jacked off. How'd you know him? Were you both still going to church?
It's funny because I didn't really like him in high school because he would, he would say things like, hey.
He was trying to get me to jack him off. Leave me alone.
amazing that you caught that.
Is that what he said?
Literally, he said, I got the perfect plot for us to stop jerking off. We should do it together. And I would always threaten him with a knife in Pro Start, the cooking class.
Yeah.
Because I'm a little unhinged.
He thought that you would be a little more curious than you were at the time.
Yep.
And that is a pretty good idea. Hey, I'm jerking off too much, and I bet you are too. Let's do it together and get it out of our system. Is that the idea?
Well, it does flush the system when you do it together.
And also, it'll be so unpleasant because we're not gay, he says to you, that it'll stop us. It's like your dad making you smoke the whole carton of cigarettes or whatever.
I wish I had that.
That was his plan.
Wow.
And you never went for it, but you did later. What finally made you succumb to his advances?
Well, so I was...
he threatened you with a knife? He's like, no, you're going to jerk me off.
He's like, guess what? I got a knife now.
He's like, check this sword out. The first time I drank alcohol, like not, like Mike's Hard or a Blue Moon.
Yeah.
I mean, we bought whiskey, rum, moonshine, vodka, did it all in one night. Because he told me, same thing, like, you got to get it out of your system. So I drank all of this alcohol and I was just, drinking little beers here and there. I was so drunk I was running on all fours like a dog. I did not know what was going on. Step Brothers was in the back, of course. And I've been molested a few times when I was younger. And so, like, not having a dad there for guidance and then those experiences, because when I got molested, I'm like, okay, do I like this? Do I not? I was like, I'm going to try it. And it's sad because, like, I made him come. He couldn't make me come. What a little freaking queer,
Yeah.
He was jerking you off, too?
And you were how old?
When I got molested or this experience?
This experience.
21.
So you got molested at 21, too.
Yeah, and I got another one for you, but that'll be...
Okay, so you guys are jerking each other off.
I made him come, and then it was done.
Were you hard, or was your boner going down?
And you were just drunk?
Yeah, I was just insanely drunk.
Yeah, how hard were you?
I forced myself to get hard.
Did you watch, like, women porn?
Yeah.
And get hard, and then he was like, I'm already ready.
No.
'Cause he saw yours.
Have you, I'm sure he was already ready to go when, we started pouring. But I remember he grabbed my dick, he started stroking it, and I'm like, this is kind of not for me.
Yeah.
And then but I'm like, I'm aroused, so I need to finish. So I laid on the floor when he was on the bed watching Step Brothers. And I just watched porn for like 3 hours until I came. Because I had whiskey dick.
3 hours?
That's a long time.
That's a long, long time.
But when you're 21,
I used to watch porn for a long time, like 6-7 hours, because I had a computer in my room at 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were just edging the whole time?
No. Back then, you could shoot bullets and,
You could shoot bullets. What?
Nowadays, I can take one shot, from a muzzle loader, and that's it.
Okay.
Gotta wait.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
Yeah, I'm 28 too.
Are you really? Hey, nice. But that happened, and then I started doing heavy drugs. I started getting to acid. First time I did acid, I took 3 tabs. My buddy was like, dude, stop. I'm like, give me more. Like, let's keep this going.
Yeah.
Went to a rave, did Molly, ecstasy, and coke. It's funny because Jay Thaniano was the Uber driver.
What?
I know Jay from way back. But he was my Uber driver, and I was doing cocaine in his car. And my buddy was getting his dick sucked as he took us home.
What?
Wait, is that how you met him?
I met Jay through my buddy that sold me acid because they were like doing stuff in the gym together.
And then you got an Uber, and it was like, oh, look, it's Jay?
No, my buddy called Jay.
Oh.
And that's like where I met Jay.
Are you serious?
I swear. Yeah.
And Jay was what? Doing drugs too?
No, he was just doing like Lyft and Uber as a side hustle.
Sure.
Get some extra money.
Yeah.
And he knew my buddy because they worked out together.
Okay.
And so then Jay's like, hey, I do these WWE parties. Why don't you come along? And I'm like, okay. And
dude, I went to one of those.
Did you really?
Yeah. It's a fun time, man.
Best time of your
At
life.
Jay's house?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't get better than
He's
that.
a good guy.
Yeah.
Or he seems like it.
His WWF shit is nuts, dude.
Next level.
Next level. He breaks out chairs that are all from SummerSlam.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
That was insane.
On the video you made, that was great.
So I started doing all these drugs, and then I met a girl on the sales team because I didn't respect the rule where you don't stick your pen, or what is it? You like
Don't pee in the pool.
Yeah, I loved pissing in the pool.
Sure.
Okay.
Me too.
And so I met this girl, convinced her that she should sleep with me and not her boyfriend because I was a salesman. And she did. And then I was like, hey, let's have sex on acid because that would be fun. She ghosted me. I took that acid at that movie Jack Black did.
You're like, good, more for me.
Right? But
Kung Fu Panda?
No, Kung Fu Panda 2.
Sure. On 3 tabs of acid. That sounds awesome.
It was
a transcendental experience of Kung Fu Panda.
I wish it was Kung Fu. It was that clock on the wall movie he made back in 2018.
I don't think I ever saw that.
Goosebumps movie?
It felt like it, yeah.
Oh, I know what you mean.
You know what I'm talking
that
about?
movie looked kind of stupid. Was it bad? Or good?
I don't.
Did you like it?
I don't.
Did you meet any entities or anything?
All I remember was the movie starts. The drapes. You know how the movie theater has a screen and the drapes. The drapes were tripping me out, and then my mind was like going in this big circle, and then next thing I know, the movie's over. Mm-hmm. My buddy's like, "It's time to go," and I'm like, "Dude, I'm way too high." And I used to have a policy where you can drive on drugs, and it's actually fun.
Yeah.
And I was way too out there. And it was snowing at the time. Mm-hmm. And my buddy's like, dude, just hop in my car. There's cops coming. Like, we got to go.
Why were the cops coming?
I don't know. They were just there driving.
You think it was for you?
I think so. Because I literally left my wallet in the movie theater. And I went inside probably looking insane trying to find my stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And we get to his house. He's like, time to go. And I'll finish the story and then you can whatever. And so we're going and I have to shit really bad. Mm-hmm. And so I pull over into one of those hotels. I think it was like the Hampton Inn or the Hilton. I don't know the names. Mm-hmm. They have that bathroom in the back. And I'm in the toilet tripping balls. I'm looking at the ground and there's these little dots creating ant colonies into spaceships. And I'm like losing my shit. And I was like, you know what? I'm tired of all this like crap in the church. I bet if I summon Lucifer, like I could take him one-on-one. Stupidest thought ever.
No, I like it. So did he show up?
So so you said his name 3 times? What happened?
No, I was just like praying and I was like, come on, like you pussy, like let's fight. And then I felt like this weird energy, and then I started like the little Mormon boy I was like, God, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to. And I ran out to my truck, and I called my buddy. It's like 4 a.m. I was like, help, please, can't, hotel. Like my brain was burnt back then.
Yeah.
I couldn't speak so fluid.
Yeah.
So then I rapped my buddy out because he was my drug dealer, and I guess I'm a piece of shit like that. But I was like, hey, like...
You rented him to who?
Ratted him out to my parents because he worked for my dad.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, hey, like, he's selling me drugs. I need rehab. Like, I'm so burnt. And he was mad about that. Obviously, I don't blame him. Mm-hmm. I go to rehab, and then I met...
Went to rehab for acid?
No, just mixing drugs. I'd mix other drugs like Molly, Percocet.
So you don't even do LSD now? You don't do mushrooms?
None of it.
Because whatever you have, it'll drive you towards the really bad stuff.
Yeah, so like I have actually, I'll read it to you guys. I have a list of all the drugs I've done.
Yeah, let's see this. Yeah. And it seems like when you do something, you do it like 100%. You max out. You're like, give me as much as I can take of this.
Yep.
And did you address that in rehab, do you think?
No, like I did a very good trauma program in Florida. Like this guy was sweet. My therapist partied with Pee Wee Herman when they were filming Blow.
Whoa.
During those days, like he was a drug addict too.
Whoa.
Right.
And
Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
That must have been crazy.
Yeah, my therapist was
I bet
sweet.
Pee Wee Herman went fucking hard in the paint.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Obviously.
And so this therapist was good because he could empathize. He's like, dude, I've been there. I've done all of it.
Yeah, non-judgmental therapy for the first time.
Yep.
Was that refreshing?
Oh, it was 9-day difference. I
Yeah.
remember we went and smoked cigars as like one of our sessions.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I was like, this is cool.
That is cool.
So
The nicotine's okay then.
I will do cigars during milestones.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't smoked a cigarette since 2019. I haven't hit a vape since 2021. But I will smoke cigars if I like ever reach a financial goal or a comedy goal. I think that's okay to
That's
celebrate.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Here's a list real quick if you guys want to hear it.
Let's,
So we got
it's long.
oxys and opiates.
Yeah, you have more of this than I have fucking jokes.
Jesus
There it is.
Christ.
Alcohol, weed, Mistresin, that's nutmeg. If you eat enough nutmeg, you literally have like an edible like trip.
Why would you try that?
Just because I was curious. And I woke up high as hell and went to church
On nutmeg.
on nutmeg. And the bishop was laughing so hard.
Yo, that's crazy.
Did you go up and bear your testimony and tell them all that you had? You're like, all I had was nutmeg.
You're like, no, you don't understand. I had hot chocolate.
With cocoa mix with the marshmallows. I went to the bishop's office and I was like, I'm so high on nutmeg.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting that you were doing so many drugs and still going to church. So you just felt guilty all the time and like shameful and stuff?
To some extent, but it was cool because like imagine you're talking about the word of wisdom.
Sure.
I would stand up in class. I'm like, this is why you don't want to overdo it.
You were the
Yeah.
example?
Yeah. And all their jaws hit the floor. They're like,
Yeah.
this is crazy.
They'd be like, look at him. He's got a nice sexy ass, but don't be fooled.
He's on nutmeg.
This
Yeah.
guy's crazy.
Okay, how many times did you do DMT?
Well,
We don't need to go through the
Yeah, is
That's
that
an
on the list?
insane
It's a-
list.
It's
crazy.
crazy that it's so long.
It's an insane list.
We'll put it on the screen and
Yeah.
just scroll through it for an hour.
yeah.
I I did DMT a few times because what happened was I met this guy from Washington. Remember, you meet people who get you higher.
Sure.
Mark Doty, rest in peace, died on 9/11.
What happened?
Overdose fentanyl.
Fentanyl.
Yeah, but he introduced me DMT. First time was amazing because I smoked it and it was like the universe was a carpet that just got rolled up.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was just absorbed into love. And it was powerful.
That's nice.
But then I could never just do DMT. Like when I did it the second time, I was on 8 drugs. I was smoking DMT and then huffing ether, the gas from Fear and Loathing from Las Vegas. And that was insane. Because that night I actually learned another buddy died, Aaron in rehab. And I was on 2CB, MDA, MDMA, ketamine, acid. And then we were drinking with weed and then DMT and ether. And I was like, wait, Aaron's dead? And like, I just...
You're like, wait, Aaron's dead?
So what do you do now if something really sad happens like that? What's your strategy?
I know it's stupid, but I literally just...
Jerk off for 8 hours.
7. And
Yeah.
I write jokes.
You put in a shift.
Right?
You put in a shift at Wienertown. Fucking 8-hour shift. Do you take a lunch break? We're working 7 hours. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Mr. Freckle doesn't allow it.
You write jokes now.
I write
That's
jokes.
That's nice.
What's gay?
Yeah, super.
Yeah, that's fucking gay.
It is.
Okay, but it's,
That's
it's
yeah.
positive.
I watch Seinfeld, and
Really?
yeah, he's my favorite.
Yeah. You don't? Do you work out still? Are you still big into lifting and stuff?
No, I ripped my labrum on my left shoulder because I
Oh.
went crazy.
You went too hard.
Yeah.
Were you on steroids or anything?
No, I
That's the one drug you never tried.
never got to it. Never got to it, unfortunately.
Okay.
But
Wow.
yeah, I do door to door. I just try to read. I read a lot of books. If you guys ever want to have talks on spirituality, philosophy, business, memoirs, like I read
I don't.
none of that.
Sorry. I'll let you know.
Thanks, John.
Yeah, I'd rather talk about your personal life experience than any of those things.
Sure.
That's cool though that you read a lot.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's interesting because I read and then I get mad at the person.
What do you read? Like, what's like the last three books you've read?
Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich.
Greatest book ever written.
Think and Grow Rich. Oh yeah.
Did you know Adolf Hitler was one of his students?
No shit.
You read Success Habits, a book he wrote after. It was these broadcasts he did.
I was wondering why I loved it so much.
Right?
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Hitler was one of his students.
Oh, this is an old book. Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah.
Think and Grow Rich is from he started writing it in late 1800s.
Oh, I thought it was like that guy that did the 7 Healthy Habits of or whatever.
That's Stephen Covey.
I thought it was the same guy.
No,
Andrew Carnegie, a steel magnate.
Oh, Andrew Carnegie wrote that.
No, he hired Napoleon Hill, who was a journalist.
Yeah.
And he said, I need you to interview the top 500 minds, like Thomas Edison, Henry Ford. Do it for 20 years, and I won't pay you a dime, to learn how they became successful.
I see.
And yeah, basically the book it's not really just about money. It's kind of not about money, honestly.
It's also about thinking.
Yeah.
It's it's literally all about thoughts. It's all about thoughts.
Really?
And it's like,
who would have thought?
Yeah. Who would have thought?
Like how to think in a way that brings you money.
Oh, anything. It's not, it's like thoughts are things. It's like thoughts are things.
Uh-huh.
And everything around you came from a thought.
Yeah.
Someone thought, I'm going to build this here.
Right.
And then it's literally taking your thoughts and putting them into action.
Right.
And it's the greatest book ever written.
Wow.
Like it is the best book I've ever read.
It really is good.
It is fucking good, dude. It blows your goddamn mind. And he says it in like the first chapter, like if you could understand, like he has like a slave girl asks a guy for like a nickel or something, and then he goes, no, go away. And she's like, no, I want the nickel. And it's literally just that. And he's like, if you could understand what she did in that moment, there would be no reason for the rest of the book. It's literally just like persistence through action.
Yeah.
From a thought.
Yes.
Creates anything you want.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
Wow.
Great book, yeah.
Yeah.
And have either of you become rich?
Fuck no. You know how hard it is, dude?
Have you grown rich yet?
No.
But you have, your thinking improved, you feel like?
Well, 2018 to 2024, so 6 years. Like, if you talked to me in 2018, it was, yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool.
Mm-hmm. That's how you talked?
That's how I talked. My brain was so gone.
Far out.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Be a lot cooler if you did. Yeah.
What are you, the devil?
What?
You're like, why don't you do drugs again?
No.
I
was quoting a movie.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
What movie?
Dazed and Confused, I think. Oh.
My favorite Mace Windu movie.
Be a lot cooler if you did.
Yeah.
That's the thing about high school girls. Yep. Anyways, okay. So you're retarded.
Yep.
You become retarded through all these drugs, and then you jerk off your buddy, and you're like, fuck, man. You're like, fuck, man, I'm a gay retard. Okay, so you're so you're gay and retarded, and then you go to therapy. What was the last time you did drugs?
September 19th, 2021.
And what happened? Tell us that.
'Kay.
I want to hear that.
So, I did a lot of ketamine. Like,
boofing it.
Nope, this time I was snorting it.
Now, you have shoved it up your ass, though.
Yeah, the first time I did was 3 oral syringes worth. And I took a THC
Where do you
pill.
get an oral syringe of... Oh, it wasn't an anal syringe.
And yeah,
you were supposed to do it in your mouth, and you were...
It's like it's kind of like a turkey.
And you said, I don't like the taste.
Yeah.
It was a bad taste. I remember
Now, how awesome was that when you boofed the ketamine?
it was insane
Was it
because
good?
after the third syringe, I'm like, oh, that's how my girlfriend feels, because you shoot it up and it goes in your stomach, and I'm like, whoa, that's what it feels like to become inside. And then
What the fuck?
and then I took
Oh yeah, I can't imagine. And then you shit afterwards, and you're shitting out the syringe of ketamine.
it was weird.
Yeah.
But you clench, and then I took this THC pill, and I went on Reddit because Reddit's like the web mastery. You need anything, you go to Reddit. And the guy was like, it's supposed to take 5 to 10 minutes, and I'm like, I'm not feeling anything. And then when the third syringe went, I laid down, and it was like instantaneous, and it felt like similar DMT where you're like going on a roller coaster. I was like, oh, but it was going fast. And I text my buddy, I'm like, you're sure I can't die from this? And he's just like, buckle up and enjoy the ride. I literally lost my mind. Closed my eyes, opened them, saw Egyptian hieroglyphics all over the wall. Forgot where my knees were. Was trying to find my
I
legs.
forgot where my knees were.
You were trying to find your knees.
I was like, where's my legs?
You're like, I need. You know what I need right now? My knees.
Oh my gosh. I forgot how to breathe.
Yeah.
And I was like,
While you're doing it.
yeah.
You're like, I'll breathe in a minute. Where are my fucking knees?
I just needed to know. And so one thing,
Okay.
I used to play church hymns when I got too high. Because I'm like, well, if I'm going to die and this is the brainwashing I got,
Yeah.
maybe there's a chance I'll get T-Leshtal.
Yeah.
And so I played If You Could Hide a Kolob while I was just flying.
You get high to Kolob. Wow. By far the worst hymn.
I love it.
Give us a taste. I know you guys both know it.
I know
You
it.
start it.
I could sing the tenor part of it. I'm not going to.
I don't know how to say.
It's all about-
If you could.
Do you know about
hide-
Kolob? Have you heard of this? This is the planet that God lives on. Or no, it's the star nearest to the planet where God lives on.
wait.
according to Joseph Smith.
But don't you become God?
Yeah.
And you get your own planet.
And then you get your own planet and your own star next to it named whatever you call it. And then you have your own Joseph Smith on the planet that you reveal things to, and you'd be like, this is where I live, cuz.
What the fuck?
That's where I live, guys.
Exactly.
It's like an Easter egg in
You
Call
got
of
it.
Duty.
You figured it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We shouldn't even be telling you this.
Really?
Now
Yeah,
you need
none
to
of
change
this.
your underwear.
No. Oh my
You're a
God.
level 3
I
now.
need to change mine for sure.
Yeah,
After
because I
this.
just came
Yeah.
Me too.
and shit.
Yeah, so there's a hymn about if you could go to Kolob and visit God. There's a whole song about it.
What?
And it's weird, man.
Wait.
It's like
do you
deep
actually
thought.
have? Do you have to be like deep in the church to hear this? To like know this?
No.
No.
But it's like
Like, are you guys whistleblowers telling me this?
It's the kind of stuff that like super
Freemasons.
Mormons talk about, and then everyone else
Yeah.
is like, "Oh, I don't really know about that." Like it's like a speculative doctrine type of thing, but it is in the hymn book.
okay.
And
Yeah.
if you get whoever's in charge of the hymns on Sunday, if you get like a crazy person doing that, they'll flip through the beat and be like, "We're doing the Kolob one today."
That's
You
me.
know. And
Oh
everyone's
my
like, "Oh, I
God.
forgot about this. This is weird. What the fuck is this hymn?"
I'd make them sing it during sacrament before we
Yeah.
bless it. I'm
Yeah.
like, let's do Kolob.
I would do that too, just because I liked seeing the looks on everybody's faces of confusion while they tried to sing it.
So it is like, but so
It's like talking about.
I mean, the hymn book, I think, is technically like doctrine, right? Or it's pretty close to doctrine. It's pretty close to like official.
is that what they tell you?
I think I've heard that. I mean, I don't know. It always changes. But
I
yeah.
always gone Bible bashes with members during.
Yeah. Because the people will disagree about it, but yeah, that's
they disagree, but you're allowed to be like
Yes.
in the church. You're allowed to not agree with that part and be like, that's not true.
Well,
well, they make it confusing on purpose because I mean, the real purpose of the church is obviously what everyone knows they're doing now, which is the money and everything.
Yeah.
But they also have to have. It's like the Scientologists with all the shit you learn when you get up a certain level.
Uh huh.
It's like they just make it really confusing so that on the one hand they can, to the news, to the media, they can be like, no, we're just a Christian religion. We're just normal. Yeah. And then to the members, to like keep them in it, they're like, no, all this crazy shit is real. Because the members love it. Certain members fucking love all this stuff. They're like, yeah, Kolob, and I know where God lives, and I know where it is in the sky. I can like look at it with a telescope, and they get real deep into the lore, like it's Lord of the Rings. And so the church like wants to keep all those people, and they also want to seem as normal as possible to the government and to the media and to everyone else. So they just make it confusing. So that's why it's confusing.
Nice.
So they can play both sides. Yeah, it's pretty.
So if you get deep in the church, they start sitting you down and telling you about this.
No, but you can read it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you get deep into the church, you can go to different texts and stuff, different things people have said, and put it all together.
There's different libraries of thought you could look at.
Or someone will sit you down and be like, here's the real shit. Like if they want to tell you all about it, if they're excited.
And you had to be like totally brainwashed at this point to believe that, right?
Of course, because it's ridiculous. It's like.
Did you ever believe that?
Oh yeah. Because I was brought up from the age of 0 to believe all this. Yeah. So I never questioned it.
So when they talked to you, did you believe this too?
No, because remember, like
because you didn't have two parents that were in it. That were like,
like I got baptized at 8, but that didn't mean much to me. And then here's the thing, I still, and this might sound crazy knowing me, I still studied the Book of Mormon. I studied the Bible. My mom's Muslim. I'll look at.
But you're a reader. You're an inquisitive person.
Yeah. I like how you didn't say that you would read the Quran. You go, my mom's Muslim. I burned the Quran. So.
But the Torah is interesting.
Sure. How about the Talmud?
Send me a copy. I'll read it.
I bet you will.
Yeah. But I used to flex on people. I'm like, how many books have you read today? Huh? Mm-hmm. And they're like, I don't read. I'm like, oh yeah, I've read 3.
Wow.
Just in case you were wondering.
One was the Book of Mormon. One was the Bible.
Yeah.
And Clifford.
And Clifford the Big Red Dog. That was fast. That was a fast one.
Yeah, that'd be funny if that's what you were doing.
My warm-up.
You're like, how many books have you read today? And you're like, none. And you're like, oh, I've read 3.
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss's The Cat in the Hat.
Harold and the Purple
Ever heard
Crayon?
of it?
Yeah. It's a great book. But Kolob kind of touch on the ketamine, like it's very existential. It's like, could you imagine when time and light ends? Can you imagine like no more existence? And I just liked that. And then I remember I watched this video on YouTube called Ketamine Dreams, and like everything's kind of like wonky is what they call it. Everything was just like in the wind. Mm-hmm. And I heard a voice saying, "This is your new reality." I'm like, I died. 25, died in my parents' basement. What a loser.
You died? Like you felt like you died?
I thought I died.
Or you felt like you were reborn?
Well, I went to the K-hole. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know what the K-hole was.
Oh, yeah. Explain the K-hole to the folks at home.
Yeah, I always thought that was like the tunnels in New York.
That's what I thought.
Chicago.
Yeah.
It's actually Chicago.
What?
It's actually Chicago.
Chicago's the K-hole.
That was dumb. The tunnels.
You know about the New York Jew tunnels, though, right?
No, hit me with this. I'm curious.
What?
Not a news reader.
Yeah, you're a reader. Don't read the news. You didn't see those rabbis popping out of the sewers in New York?
No.
What the fuck? Yeah, there was like this whole thing where they have like the synagogues like underground and stuff. There was a guy who was tweeting for like 4 years, and he was saying like, there are Jews under my, like I'm at the ground level, and there are Jews under my floorboards singing and dancing through the night, and I can hear them.
How did you know they were Jews?
And I don't know. But
you could
just assume, I guess.
That classic.
Yeah. And the dancing Israelis below his floorboards, and he was like, he's like freaking out, and people were calling him crazy, and then eventually, the whole thing gets blown up. It was huge news.
Oh, I'm excited to read about this.
They had tunnels.
Yeah, they had tunnels.
They were in them.
That was the K-hole.
Okay, yeah.
So what's your K-hole? Tell us about it.
So when I would go in the K-hole, it was, imagine we're talking.
This
right?
is like a ketamine thing. People do ketamine talk about this, the K-hole?
Uh,
or is this like you made this up?
No, this is a ketamine thing. And if you
oh.
do enough, what happens is we're talking, and then all of a sudden you go in that anesthesia state, because that's what it's used for.
Yeah.
And multiple purposes, but I'd literally be talking to you, and I'm like, oh.
Right.
And then I'd come back, and I'm like, whoa, dude. And like I'd have visions.
It would be that quick?
Like sometimes every 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Okay.
I remember my buddy one time, he invited this MILF over, and he was...
She couldn't fit my dick in her mouth, but while she was in a K-hole, I tried.
He wanted to bang her, and I was like, dude, let's just do a little bit of ketamine, you know? And he's like, it's not going to get me messed up, is it? And I'm like, no, you'll be good. Literally, she comes over every like 2-3 minutes. I'm like, well... And then I'd come back, and I'm like, whoa! Dude, she got freaked out. She left.
You didn't explain to her you were in the K-hole?
I couldn't.
You didn't go, no, I'm totally normal. This is normal.
Yeah, you guys can bang. I'm just in and out of the K-hole right now.
I'm just doing the K-hole. My buddy's
Wow.
kicking my foot. He's like, wake up, wake up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I do this all the time. This is cool.
Sure. So, okay, so you did it. You got fucked up. You went in a K-hole. You listened to a fucking... You watched YouTube chill hip hop beats to study to, and you're like, fuck, man. When you came out, you were done, and you were like, I'm done with all drugs.
Oh, no.
What happened?
I got done, and I was like, that's the way to do drugs.
I asked you, when was the last time you ever did drugs? And we talked for the last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Did I mention I'm retarded?
He didn't say the best time. He said the last time.
Yeah, dude. That's crazy. Well, okay. So, okay. All right. So that was just the sweetest.
That was the first time boofing.
Oh, okay.
First boof.
Yep.
Okay. Maybe I did get sidetracked.
It's
Okay.
You know his cat's named after what you like to do.
It's not
Did you know that?
And Trey Lamb has a hoodie or a sweater of boof, doesn't he?
Probably.
He does.
Like,
he has a shirt or something.
First time I was doing comedy, I'm like, oh, I've boofed before. And he's like, oh, yeah, this is a cat. Love that guy. But I was doing ketamine in my room. This is the last, like one of the last experiences. There's two. There's the ketamine, then the candy flip, which is acid and Molly.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm snorting it. Excuse me. And I just kept sending weird things on Snapchat to people. I'm like, I'm a good horsey, and I'd send them a video of me like snorting ketamine.
Uh-huh.
And
were you a good horsey?
I was, yeah. One of the best.
Okay, good.
And so then I remember, instead of like a K-hole experience, it was like an entity came down and it told me like, you're going to die. It's just a matter of time now. Like you're way too out of control.
Like a person that you could see came down?
No, it was like just
like
a dark wall of energy.
Wow. And told you you're going to die.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And I wrote this.
And did you die?
No. I'm a figment of your imagination. So I wrote a note to myself that night because I'm like, I need to remember this.
Some call that a suicide note.
Okay, yeah.
Sure.
But in the note, it's like, David, you will die doing drugs if you continue. Like, you could change your life around, kind of like Think and Grow Rich, if you start thinking differently. Then I went to Foam Wonderland, or I forgot what it's called, the actual name, but it's a rave where they have these cannons that shoots foam out, and you're like, there's like 2 feet of foam.
It's like Legoland, but more foam.
Yeah, it's foamy. And I did acid and Molly, and I smoked a bunch of weed. And every time I had a hard reset in life, I would lose my wallet. Like that night, I lost my mind on acid. I lost my wallet.
Wow.
And so that same thing happened that night. Lost my wallet, and I was just like, had the worst time at this rave.
Yeah.
Got there, watched this guy get knocked out in front of me while I was tripping balls. And I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Just clicked. And I threw away all my drugs. I remember I had, I can't remember the name because I was doing weird chemicals like 2CB, 2CE, 3CE, stuff you'd get from the UK. I had 3CE and this other psychedelic in my trash can with PCP. And I just kept throwing my cum rags on top of him because I didn't want to get rid of the drugs, but I would jerk off and
But
clean
you
it
wanted to
with.
get cum on.
Yeah.
I just, it's a real, and
So you're smoking cum riddled fucking PCP.
it's the best kind.
Yeah.
Get that Ethiopian PCP.
This PCP is sticky.
It's got some sweet pineapple taste to it.
Oh my God. Okay.
Or
so,
strawberries.
Disgusting.
So that was it.
Beyond.
That was it. You just fucking
That was rock bottom.
you
Rock bottom.
you covered your drugs in cum and you said, I'm done.
Yeah.
That'll stop me.
That was it.
Really?
The cum rags were in the trash can for like 3 weeks with the drugs because it was like breaking up with a girl.
He has a thing that says cum rags on it. Like a
Yeah. It's like clearly
trash can that says-
clearly labeled with duct tape.
yeah. Cum
Cum
It's
rags.
spelt with a silent
And then
W.
parentheses drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like texting my buddy. I'm like, dude, I can't give up drugs. Like they're in my trash can. He's like, throw them away. And I'm like, they're in the trash, but I don't want to get rid of them.
Yeah.
And then
He comes over. He's like, "This is just cum." He's like, "There's no drugs in here. What the fuck's wrong with you? This is all cum rags."
gotcha.
Hey,
You
look,
just whacked it off
yeah,
on the bed.
yeah. He looks. He goes. It's even labeled. It says cum rags on the can.
That's amazing. And I eventually threw it away. I had my last. I don't consider this really a hard relapse because when I relapse, it's like I'll do a substance, then I go and do the cycle. My buddy invited me to drink with him. And I was like, dude, I don't want to drink. And he's like, no, like, let's drink. It's my birthday. So I had 3 beers.
But that was nothing.
It was nothing.
You didn't like go back
Nope.
and okay.
Yeah.
I threatened him, though. I'm
That's
like,
good.
if you ever invite me to drink again, I'll kill you. And
Oh
he's
my
like,
god. Oh my god, dude.
Did you say it just like that?
yeah. Because
If you ever invite me to drink again, I'll kill
Yeah.
you.
I was full of testosterone back then.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
It was his...
As opposed to now.
Oh, estrogen. Look at these tits, dude.
You have estrogen in you?
I probably.
Or just because of aging, you mean?
Aging. I just eat sugar all the time. Like,
Oh, I see.
just kind of gave up on the
Lot of
whole chicken
cheese.
rice. Oh,
Sure.
love cheese.
Sure.
Love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where were we then? So that was your last time, the cum rags.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
And yeah, I did the California sober thing where I smoked a bunch of weed,
Yeah.
lost my mind on there's these Blue Eyes White Dragon edibles in California. Because in California, you have weed maps. It's the DoorDash of marijuana.
I lived there. I know.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I was ordering an ounce a week. I was rolling my own joints.
Sure.
And I went to this sketchy dispensary and got these Blue Eyes White Dragon edibles, 2,500 milligrams for the packet, about 200 per square.
Well, it's a lot.
Yeah, and
And you would do 200 at a time? Or you'd do half?
I do 200.
Wow.
And I did 200, and I told my buddies, like, let's go do legs. Let's go lift for 2 hours at the gym.
Let's do legs, bro.
Yeah.
Let's go hit the legs.
Sure.
And
That's what I do when I'm high.
he right? He was like, there's a situation where he wanted to bang my buddy's wife, and he, told me that, and I spilled the beans when I was high. I was like, dude, can you believe so he confronts me at the gym, but he either was crazy or I was just way too high, and he's like,
What time we at?
Oh, we're good. We're just over an hour.
Okay.
yeah, I could finish with this story.
No,
too.
no, no. We got plenty of time. I was
Cool.
just making sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened next?
So it was like this. He was
So
like,
he confronts you.
but imagine this pace. He's like, so was it you that told them that I wanted to bang Parker's wife? And I am just freaking out.
Because it was you.
It was me.
Yeah.
And
you're high now. That's bad.
Too
That's
high.
a bad situation.
Yeah.
200 milligrams and
a
you're
womp.
guilty and you're being accused.
Oh, dude, that's a wombo combo.
Right?
Oh my
Yes.
God,
Okay,
dude.
so what'd you do?
I'm like, it might have been.
It might have been.
I'm like, honestly, don't know.
Gave him the old it might have been.
It might have been.
And we go to our boss's house, and it's just me and him in the house. And he's like, I need to go wash my face. And I'm like, this guy's going to kill me. Yeah. That's what all serial killers do. Before they commit a crime, they wash their face.
Yeah.
Pontius Pilate, I'm sure after his hands, he got to his face before killing Jesus. And I just felt
like I didn't know.
right. I don't know.
Like I don't know Pontiac Pilot.
Dude, he's one of the best. I loved when he was when he played for the New York Giants, but literally, I feel guilty. That's what it is now. And he was probably just crying and trying to wipe the tears. Mm-hmm. But I felt this energy, and I ran out of the house. And I texted my sales team. I'm like, I think he's gonna hurt me. And I'm in a park just losing my mind.
He washed his face. I'm in great danger.
He's rinsing his face off. My life is ending.
It's over. And
Yeah.
I'm at a park, and he's texting me. He's like, "Can we still be friends?" Like, because I took him from Utah to California to do door-to-door sales with me. So he's relying on me.
And this is not Jesus sales, right?
No, this is solar.
Okay.
And even worse.
Sure. Yeah, I've seen what you solar salesmen do.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I saw that viral clip.
Did you?
I did. You know the one I'm talking about. You know the one.
Fill me in. What's it?
Oh,
No.
there was a gentleman doing door-to-door solar sales, and he knocks on the door, and an African American shows up, and he tries to say neighbors, and he does not.
Neighbors.
He tried to say, "I talked to your neighbors."
I talked to your neighbors.
He did a Kramer.
Yeah,
He did a Kramer on the
pulled a
guy.
Kramer.
And the
Door-to-door Kramer.
guy's like, nope, we're done.
Okay, so
Anyway.
So
here, buddy.
So that was you.
texting me.
So you're going door to door,
And
saying it.
well, obviously to everybody.
Yeah.
But I'm in the park. I finally allow him to come see me. Brings a bottle of water like a normal friend would, and he's like, "Let's go back home." And I'm starting to feel that same emotion, and I'm like, "Oh shoot!" He roofied the water, and I'm drinking it, and he's taking me back to the apartment. He's gonna kill me.
Wow.
Yeah. And so literally we get in the apartment, and I'm like, I'm going to go use the bathroom. He's like, you do that. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, he's going to stab me with a knife. So I close the door, and I'm putting both arms on the door. And I'm like, why are you doing this? And I'm crying. And he's just like, what is going on? And so I open the door, we hug, and he's like rubbing my back slowly. And he's like, let's go to the bedroom. I know. And we go to the bedroom. He starts playing Bruno Mars. And he starts dancing. I'm like, this son of a gun, he's going to rape me and then kill me.
Yeah.
He's gonna stab you.
Poke me, if you know what I'm
So
Yeah.
and so he tried to make the moves on you.
So I ran
So he
outside.
kisses your neck gently.
It was more of a rough kiss. But I run outside, and I'm like, I text they're not my friends anymore, but I'm like, hey, like, I'm losing my mind. Can you just be there before I go to bed?
Mm-hmm.
I slept on the couch, and the dude slept in the bedroom. And after that moment, I'm like, maybe weed's not going to do it either, David.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I slowly started weaning myself off. And then when I was with my ex, I was like, yeah, I'm done. And I just quit cold turkey.
Nice.
Damn.
Good for you.
Holy
Also,
shit.
don't rat on people. That's the
I
other
know.
lesson you take
Yeah.
away from that.
Yeah, for real.
I know.
But the weed also, I agree with the weed thing
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, for you have a problem.
No,
Yeah.
that's a good story. I bet that will inspire some people
To start doing drugs.
to break out the nutmeg.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Break out the fucking nutmeg, bro.
Give me some of those pumpkin
It's
cookies.
It's a party. Holy shit.
Damn.
Oh
That's
my
wild.
God.
Yeah.
You've lived a hell of a life.
I think so.
Yeah.
So what's in your future?
I know everyone's trying to tell me not to, but Austin, Texas, that is where I want to be.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Who told you not to?
just people. They're like, stay here. And I'm like, I don't want to. I like traveling. Like after the mission, I learned you could go to places and just get the culture with
You can make friends wherever you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially in comedy. That's easy.
Yeah, especially with drugs. I mean, it's the easiest thing ever. Holy shit.
You got some.
If you have them,
share.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when are you going there?
My goal is December 27th, 2024. I'm going out in November to look at the apartment.
Yeah.
And then hit a few mics, and then I just need to have the money, and it'll work.
Hell yeah.
Cool, man.
Sick.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hopefully you don't kill yourself.
Yeah, maybe
Seriously.
skip the mics. I've been to those Austin mics.
They're rough, dude.
Are they really?
They're rough because there's so many people there.
Sure.
Yeah.
So many open micers. You know, it's like here but worse. Because there are a lot of mics, and there's more than one club owned by one guy. You know.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people. You know.
Yeah, and if you're not in, it'll take, once you get in, it's fine.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
And you're funny,
But
so you'll
But like
figure
when,
it out.
yeah.
Yeah, I hope it's like Vegas. Vegas was fun.
Sure.
Yeah.
Were you there on the trip with like Mad Dog and the crew?
Yep, I'm the one that drove everybody out.
Ah, the driver.
The driver.
What do you do to like? Do you meditate, or what do you do to like when you're really craving stuff that you don't want to have?
I haven't craved in a while, which is I'm really grateful to say. I used to do meditations like holotropic breathwork, TM, all sorts of meditation.
You just made that up?
Huh?
You just made that up?
What?
Holographic breathwork? What?
No, holographic sight. You know what you get on Call of Duty? For
Yeah.
your
What
M16?
are you talking about?
Holotropic or holotropic. I don't know how you say it. It's like
Holo means
Holistic.
whole.
Yeah.
And tropic is like.
Pineapple, mango.
Okay, now
Yeah.
it makes sense. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, hollow mangoes.
Okay.
I learned about this in rehab, but it's like Wim Hof breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Wim Hof shit is legit.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Because I've done that breathing thing where you hyperventilate and then you hold your breath and you can hold it for like a really long time.
Yep.
And you like feel amazing and you feel your blood and the oxygen and stuff.
You start getting hot.
Yeah.
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 Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people even have psychedelic experiences on it, like
Right.
doing it. And so I started doing that, and I'm like, wow, this is intense.
That's great. Yeah.
And
That's called holotropic, the Wim Hof thing.
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then I journal. I've been journaling for 10 years. That was one of the cool things I learned on the mission, because then I can look back and be like, whoa, I was this person. Now I'm here.
Ah,
That's cool.
And I find
That is
funny
cool.
stories. Yeah.
Okay.
nice.
Well, how about you tell us one?
So there's this one time, I got to sip some water. My buddy, remember I said I was a bodybuilder. My buddy was on Hinge, and we found this Navajo Indian MILF. And her stipulation was she had to have a threesome.
Okay.
And you're probably going to think I'm gay by the end of this story. I don't care.
I thought you were gay
My
before the
opinion
story.
will not change on that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so
I promise you.
you still think I'm gay.
Yeah. From no matter what you say in this. This story could make you the straightest man alive, and I'd be like, hey, he's still gay. He jerked off his buddy. He jerked off his friend at camp or whatever.
Those are good times. And so my buddy's like, dude, send me a picture of you. I send him a picture of me just like,
Yeah, your cock.
yeah, shirtless. And he's like, she's down. Let's meet at this time. He arranges it. So we're going, and I don't know if you guys could tell, but I'm very guarded for my stories. I don't trust people.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, what if this guy's going to like,
Paranoid, some would say.
yeah, good explanation.
Schizophrenic.
Even that.
That's what I would say.
I would my therapist asked, he's like, are you schizophrenic or bipolar? I'm like, I don't know, you're the therapist.
I think you had
Yeah,
drug-induced schizophrenia at certain times.
I've read about that, and I
Yeah.
can agree. But anyway, so we go, and I'm just kind of like folding my arms. They're peeping through their window. You know, it's like a door, and it's got the glass. They're peeping through.
Who's they?
The wife and the husband.
And who's the woman?
She's the Navajo Indian MILF that we found.
Whose wife and whose husband?
So my buddy matched I'll clarify that. That's a great point. My buddy matched with this woman on Hinge.
Yeah.
She's the Navajo Indian.
She's a Navajo MILF.
Yeah.
And
Classic.
then her husband's there. So I thought he was going to be a cuck.
Yes.
And we just banged her together.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happens is we get there and he's like, you guys cool with this? Like, not a lot of people are, but you guys down?
He wants to do a foursome.
Yeah. And so I'm just like, I don't know what's going on, but sure, like we're
Which
here.
is basically a male threesome with a lady there.
You nailed it.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
And that did you stay the whole time? Did you leave? What'd you do?
Oh, well, I'm going to get to that,
Oh,
Mr.
yeah.
John Carter.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And so the guy literally commands his wife. He's like, go change into something sluttier. Like, go look sexy for them. And I'm like, this is kind of weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
And so we're there, and she comes out just looking delicious. And we go down to the basement, and in the basement, she starts stripping. And she's like giving my buddy a lap dance. And I'm just sitting there talking to the dude, talking shop, like getting to know him. And then she's like, I'm going to go get a drink. I'll be back. My buddy's like, she wants to bang you. And I'm like, how can you tell? She's been on you this whole time. And he's like, just trust me, like be funny, like open up. So they come and I'm like just into it. I'm like, all right, first one has all their clothes off wins. And we're all just stripping. Next thing I know, this woman could be an infantry soldier. She is amazing because she's going from one dick to the next, just sucking it like a Kirby vacuum,
Oh.
And then she starts riding my buddy, starts riding me, riding the husband.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just all having a grand old time. It's like, just church. It's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you do? Like, she gets off you, and then she gets off on him, and then she's about to, it's like in pool, and you got to wait your turn. What do you do? What do you think about during
What a
that?
great question.
What is that, 30 seconds?
what a phenomenal question.
Yeah, are you jerking off watching her?
No, because this guy was such a father figure in many ways. He gave us what we called...
He was a father figure.
in many ways.
You just meet the guy, and he's your father figure?
He's your dad already?
Was he Navajo?
Did
No, his
you
wife.
meet him the day your dad died? Is that what happened? And he's
Day after. And he gives us this boner juice. It's Viagra and Cialis mixed in a blue essential oil.
He's like, drink this. You're like, what is it? He's like, boner juice.
Yeah.
bro. What
But
the fuck?
but he said, don't drink too much or you'll go to the hospital. And that's where he's a dad. He's like guiding us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was being protective and keeping you safe.
Yeah. As
And
we
he gave
take
you the boner
you,
juice.
and his wife.
Yeah. Thanks, Dad. Thanks for the boner juice.
Boner juice, Dad.
Yeah.
I'll be home by 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And did it work? Was it good juice?
oh my gosh, my dick was hard for
Is
72
that on your
hours.
list? Boner juice?
No,
Yeah.
should I put it?
You gotta
think
put.
so.
Yeah, that goes in the list,
I
bro.
want some
Holy shit.
with a little nutmeg.
So literally, we're hard. And I remember at one point, me and my buddy were just, because we're waiting.
You're high on nutmeg and boner juice.
Bro, we're looking at each other's cocks and we just give each other a high five because we're like, good for you.
Good cock, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
Nice cock,
God.
bro.
Like
Nice cock, bro.
Nice cock.
4th and 10.
All right.
First down.
That's not gay. High-fiving over complimenting cocks.
Yeah. No, that's not gay at all.
It brings you together
I
as
don't
friends.
think that is gay.
Sure.
And
Let you tell it.
yeah, you should try it sometime. It's interesting.
Okay.
Okay, and
I
then,
won't, but go on.
So wait, you're sitting on a couch like this, and she's just...
Here, there, and there.
Oh, I see.
It's
She's
a little
just going
triangle,
around the room.
love triangle.
Yeah.
And you weren't thinking it'd be nice to have another lady so I could, get a faster turn?
That would
I'd be
been nice.
I'd be worried about the turn taking aspect of this whole thing.
He was
That
like,
bug me.
yeah, he's about to start taking the turn. He's like, you know what? I'm going to start sucking the dicks. You guys, it's just not
You
doing
guys are
it for
just
me.
too slow.
Yeah, this isn't.
Let's speed up the process.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on. Now that's an interesting thought.
you make your buddy come so that you get to her faster.
My turn.
So she got all three of you off just by herself going around?
She did, and then she announced to the crowd, she's like, I want
The
somebody.
crowd, fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Three's a crowd.
Three's a
It
crowd.
is.
Yeah.
She's like, I need someone to come in me, and I volunteered so quick. I'm like, I'll do it.
I
And
need someone to come in me.
yeah,
Okay.
and so I finished in her, and it was an interesting time in my life.
Don't act like fucking Jordan Peterson, like all philosophical. She asked me to come in her. It was an interesting time in my life. What the fuck?
Wow.
Crazy stories.
That was a good story.
That was good. That was very good.
Yeah.
Nice.
I want to hear about you getting. I've only heard from other people. I've never heard from you.
Okay.
I want to hear the story about you getting fired from
DoorDash.
DoorDash. Okay, so DoorDash. So you're doing DoorDash. You need money.
DoorDash. I've done that.
Yep.
I've done it.
How long have you guys done it?
I don't still do it, but I did it for like a year back in 2015 or whatever.
You're in 2015?
Yeah.
I just do it like whenever I need money, and I just need a couple $100. I'll just do it for a couple days.
Sure. So at this time of door dashing, I just broke up with my girlfriend at the time, my ex. Mm-hmm. And I was living between couch surfing and in my car. And I would always do the late night DoorDash because that's when they incentivize it, $4 extra per order. Mm-hmm. And I'm there at I think it was a Taco Bell at like 2 a.m. And what happened was I would always text my customers, just try to lighten their day up, make it better. Texting this girl. And she is using all kinds of crazy emojis. And if you know me, I'm a sucker for a good emoji. Like if it's the hot emoji, if the tongue, the wet drops, that gets me going. And so
you get turned on by Apple's emojis.
So this is the customer. You're on the way to get her food, and you're like, "Here I come. I'm on my way."
I'm in line,
and she's flirting with you.
Yep,
over text.
I'm in line in Taco Bell. She's flirting.
Yeah,
and I said something funny, and she's like, "Oh, that's funny." And I'm like, trying to boost. I'm like, I'm a stand-up comedian. I do Wise Guys. I do open mics.
yeah. You send her flyers for the shows,
right? Yeah. That aren't happening yet.
That made her wet.
And she's like, she's just getting all excited, and she's I forgot what she said, but I said, "Call me daddy." Mm-hmm. It's someone I've never met before. Call me daddy, and then I get the food, send her a picture, and she's all excited, and we're talking.
She's excited for her food. For Taco Bell. She's like, "Oh yeah, I'm high as shit. It's late.
Drunk.
Yeah, I'm drunk. It's
2 a.m.
2 a.m. Taco Bell's on its way." She's like, Chris Bosch. She may as well be Chris Bosch.
Chris Bosch.
Chris Bosch it's a deep cut. He just talked about it on like a late night thing about going to Taco Bell after winning an NBA championship because he got drunk. Yes. But anyways.
So we're talking, and she is flirting back.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "Take it how you want, daddy." And I'm like, "I'm going to bend you over." And I'm just like being straightforward with her, right?
Has she sent you a picture or anything?
No picture, just
And is this all over text or the DoorDash
This
app?
is the DoorDash app.
That's cool.
That's
pretty sweet.
That's wild.
I respect that a lot.
You're flirting with her through the app.
Yeah.
And we're getting into it, and I'm like, when I come up, I'll knock on the door, and we're going to have fun. And so literally I get to the door, I knock on it, turn my car off because I'm excited. I'm like, this is awesome.
It's a 45-year-old man.
It's a guy.
I knew it.
And he's like, "For her?" And I'm like, my face is just dumbfounded.
Yeah.
I get to my car, and I'm like, "David, calm down." And I'm like, "No, like this is insane."
Yeah.
She led me on. I am pissed off. For all I know is the guy, just him texting me. But I text her, I'm like, "You should be sucking my cock in my sports car." Volkswagen Jetta Sport 2023.
In my sports car.
Your flexes
are your Jetta. Yeah.
I read a lot.
Yeah.
DoorDash.
So wait, her boyfriend answered the door, or this guy was catfishing you? I don't understand.
It could have been either or.
You don't know. You still don't know to this day.
To this day, you have no clue because DoorDash sees the word cock, flags the entire conversation.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm fired. I already know.
You said cock?
I said cock.
Because you said, "Come suck my cock in my sports car."
You should be sucking my cock.
You should be sucking my cock in my sports car. So you're trying to keep it going in case it is the girlfriend. You want to get her out of the house.
Exactly.
In your sports car.
Yeah. He gets it.
I see. And then
I get it too.
And they have
I get it too.
They have a bot that just sees that word and
boom,
runs you up the pipe to the whatever.
Whole conversation.
Okay.
What did it say? What did it say after you sent it?
It said something of, "This violates the guidelines of sexual harassment with DoorDash. we're gonna flag the conversation for
Review.
further. Yep. And so I'm mad now because I haven't had food all day. I just got my sexual energy up here.
Yeah, haven't had sex all day.
And
And you're about to do your last DoorDash
here it is.
where you steal the stuff.
Nope, I've done that before, but this is where things bomb.
Everyone knows that that's what you do. The last one of the day is the one where you go, I can't find the place. I'm taking this one home.
10 times worse, actually. Okay. I go get a 7-Eleven order.
Mm-hmm.
And remember when I used to dress up in the scene in those dress pants, tie, and dress shirt? I dress like that as a DoorDash driver.
Mm-hmm.
So I pull up 7-Eleven, 3 a.m. I'm looking nice. The guy's like, DoorDash? You should be a banker, like this Indian guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, sir, you don't want me to tell you what I think you look like.
At this point, you know you're fired and you want to.
Yeah.
You want to get fired.
Yes.
And he's like, what is that supposed to mean? And I said, sir, you look like you were one of the people that conducted 9/11.
Conducted.
Yeah.
And
You're like one of those plane
Yeah,
conductors
you look just
on
yeah,
9/11.
yeah, exactly. You look just like Dick Cheney.
bro, exactly, George Bush
Yeah.
in the flesh.
Of course.
He's looking at me like, what did you just say?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, are you calling me a terrorist? And I said, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
He goes and he gets the order. These a bunch of the LGBT squeeze community is like, you're not allowed to say that. I'm like, I'm a comedian. I can say whatever the hell I want. Like totally over the line. I'm professional.
Yeah.
He comes back and he literally tells me, he's like, if you ever step foot in my 7-Eleven again.
No. He goes, if you ever step foot in my 7-Eleven again.
He's like, I'm going to put a bullet in your head.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, that's not helping the terrorist bit at all.
Yeah.
I didn't tell him that, but I woke up.
What do you mean you woke up? Would you pass out?
I forget. I forget people are in here.
You got overstimulated? What happened?
So excited. I went to a Target parking lot to sleep for the night because I
Okay.
was sleeping in my car. I woke up, read a text. It's like, you are terminated from DoorDash.
Oh, of course.
And so I respond to them. I said, hey, honestly, here's the coolest part. I just broke up with my ex, found out my best friend killed himself. I know I made mistakes. I was flirting with her.
Yeah.
It was consensual.
Yeah.
But why don't you guys, I'm like, I've done thousands of DoorDashes for you guys. Let's just have me start tomorrow. No, obviously they didn't care.
Yeah.
But I thought I could sell my way through it,
Yeah.
like, and so that sucked.
I bet. Oh my God.
Did it meet your expectations?
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Do you want to hear the trans story in Uber?
Yeah, let's hear this. So you get fired from DoorDash, so now you have to start doing Uber.
Did Instacart for a while.
Oh, how'd that go? Did
No money.
you didn't? Oh, I thought you'd no money.
You get like $250 a week working hard,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just not livable.
Sure.
And so everyone's like, do Uber, you're charismatic, you're funny, just do it. So fast forward, this is the night before I went to Vegas with all those people.
Mm-hmm.
I get a person named Teresa from, I think, Waikiki.
Mm-hmm.
And Teresa immediately, she's like, bang me, daddy, in the back of my car. And I'm like, this is a test.
Mm-hmm.
And she kept begging.
You're like, you found out about the DoorDash. Okay. Yeah, you're undercover.
That was amazing. Yeah, she's like, bang me, daddy. And I'm like, oh, you want to suck daddy's cock? I just started playing along.
Immediately folds.
Within
Under no pressure.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
It was 5 minutes. Come on.
Yeah.
And so we're going to Magna
Mm-hmm.
to drop her off. And she's talking about how after, I get there to stop the ride and come in the back of my car. And I'm like, yeah, we'll see. Probably. Probably. And she's like, bang me, daddy. And then so we get to her place.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, why don't you hop in back here?
And you're not her father, right?
No. Not that I know of.
Okay.
And I get in the back of the car. And, I just start naturally sucking on her neck and her lips and then her tits. And I'm going down to eat her out because I learned in my household, you're a gentleman. You eat women out.
Yeah. This isn't The Sopranos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get her thong off. And right as I pull it down, out flops a little wiener. And I'm like, you're trans?
Out flops a little wiener. Now, at this point, you realize your predicament. I can get fired from Uber, or I can fuck this tranny.
Exactly.
So you fucked him.
That's part of the bit that I tell, but I'm like...
Is that really... You do that bit?
I do that. I was doing it in Vegas when I was at the Wise Guys there.
Okay.
And then I'm like, then she started fucking me in the pussy.
Yeah.
But now I'm trying to stop swearing on stage and keep it like PG-13.
Mm-hmm.
I can work dirty, but I want to keep it a little more, you know?
Sure.
Which is hard with my stories. It's like...
It's your stories are fucking out there, bud.
They are.
So you pull out his pecker.
So
What do you really do?
I told... is it it? I don't know pronoun.
Whatever.
I told Teresa.
You told the transvestite. You told the disgusting waste of life.
the group that the Nazis try to stop in the 40s.
Yeah. You told the suicide victim in waiting. What'd you say to him?
That was awesome. I was like, so I believe in that thing where God made man and woman and they make a family by having sex.
I believe in that thing where God made man and woman and I fuck my Uber passengers like a good Christian man.
Right.
Yeah.
But you gotta be woman. That's the only stipulation. And so I'm literally trying to like convince this tranny that, hey, I need a tip and don't file sexual harassment. So I'm like, what made you trans? Like, why did you transition? And Teresa's telling me, and then I'm like, I'm for sure screwed, you know?
Yeah.
Next day, tips me $4. I'm like, oh, I guess I did a good job.
Wow. Okay. That's insane, dude. Out flops a little wiener. Now, at no point in this have you realized, have you gone, maybe I have a sexual problem too?
Oh, I do.
Okay. Maybe that's like another drug that you're...
The biggest drug. I've been trying to work on it because I remember being 5 years old. And me and the neighbor girl across the street, we'd go under her parents' minivan and we'd make out.
Okay.
And I remember one time she invited me and my buddy over to the other neighbor's backyard and she pulled down her pants and told us this is a vagina. And I'm like 5 years old. And so...
And she's 38.
39. Those C cups were delicious. But she's 6.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Sure. Hey, you're 5. I mean, that's disgusting.